once again. It's week 7, game 7, Tuesday. I'm on the campus of Riverdale High School. I'm out here at the practice field, and I've got with me the head coach of the Riverdale Warriors, head coach Will Kriesky. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing all right.
Well, went down to Coffee County and came away with a win. Did just what you needed to do. Coffee County, it's public information. They've had some troubles as far as logistically, with the coaching and then some of their guns that they got to have in order to be effective on offense and defense. They've lost a few guys, and morale may be a little bit low down there, but it's still football, and they're still on the schedule. They still have to go to Coffee County High School.
Traditionally in the years past, we haven't played well down there.
Okay.
I remember Coach Adlon's last year here, they missed a field goal for us to win.
Okay.
And then a few years ago, they come up here to the playoffs, and it was 7-0 at halftime before we pulled it off at the second half and won 21-0. So we haven't traditionally played them well. So I stressed that to the guys all week, stayed on top of them, and they came out, and the first 3 drives they scored on, to get up quick, 21-0. Like you said, their quarterback's out. He got hurt.
And he's a real deal.
Yeah,
I mean, someone told me he could really flip it, and we all know when you do have a great high school quarterback, you can go a long ways in the season, and a daggone good part of the ways in the playoffs. You're still going to have a few cast of characters around you, but it can take you a long way, can it, Coach?
Yeah, it
when
can.
You've got a signal caller.
Yeah, it can, and that's hurt them. And they were trying to do a few different things. They changed up their offense a few times. Like you said, their former head coach who had to resign due to health reasons, was calling the offense, and now they pulled somebody else to call the offense. So, it's, like you said, a lot of things going on there. But they are big and physical up front. I was really impressed with both sides of the ball, offense and defensive line, how physical they were. I thought that they got after a few plays at times, and then our guys settled in and made some plays and got better as the game went on. Like you said, I think some guys back of their heads like, this will be a breeze. Well, they come and hit us in the mouth the first couple plays, and then it woke us up. Their first time, Coffee's first time with the ball, they drove it to midfield before they fumbled. So they were having success, and I think that took us, we got to start playing. And those guys did a good job. I thought the defense played well. Interior did well at times. Czar Nicholas, a sophomore, is playing some for us on defense, and he did really well. I've been impressed with things that he's been able to pick up as a sophomore.
Good.
With DJ, hopefully DJ will be back this week. Dominic Taylor.
Right.
He's had a strain and slowly progressing and things like that.
But not to mean anything, but if right now you are executing without him and he can come in fresh when we need him, going to need him in a couple of weeks, Coach, really bad.
Yeah, we got Kane Ridge is very fast, so so hopefully he'll get a few reps this week and things like that. Then we finish the season off with all region play. So like you said, we'll need him the final 3 weeks of the season. And need him to, hopefully get him some this week. I'm highly impressed with Kane Ridge's record can't fool you, man. They played a tough schedule and things. They've had a couple of people miss a few games here and there. But they took Mount Juliet, a 6-0 team, for the last play.
Right, they sure did.
The very last play. So that shows you what kind of talent they have, what kind of team they are. And when they got all their horses at the race, they're pretty daggone good.
Well, and you got to play them, but you still got to play Riverdale ball because it's more important right now. You got to get in a rhythm to, like you said, where kids know when to press harder, when to let up a little bit, rest, to be ready in case you got to go harder, and conserve energy, and how to accept the pace of the game, and all these different nuances as you get closer to the end of the season. And it's real important to know who you are as you go into the playoffs.
Yeah, you got to make sure you know who you are and your identity and what you can and can't do. You got to really understand what you can do on defense, what you're good at, what you're not good. Because, like you said, as the rest of the season, Kane Ridge and everybody's good.
Yeah.
And you got to be successful. You got to know what you can do against those teams.
But you still got to get done what Riverdale needs to get done to prepare for the playoffs, and that'll be the most important thing. How did you feel like you managed the penalty side of the game with Coffee County?
I thought we did a good job. But we started off. We had a couple of holding penalties on offense.
Okay.
We didn't have any penalties on defense, which is good. Offensively, we had 3 or 4 holding calls. And so I think, that was, 1 in the first quarter, 2 in the second, and maybe 1 in the third. So, other than that, we got to clean that up. and get that fixed. Two was on receivers and two was on linemen. So we got to get all that stuff fixed. And you know, like you said, you got to play flawless. We didn't have any personal fouls, so that was good.
That's good.
That cleaned it up.
You don't want to have a reputation for a personal foul team when you head into playoffs, because then everybody says Riverdale don't know how to control themselves, and then they play too loose, or you know, whatever the case may be. You got to avoid. There's so many different levers in the puzzle. You got to make sure that are in the right slot.
Yeah, and then you know, with the uniform issues and all that with the TWSAA, I think we only had one player come off for his mouthpiece wasn't in, so that's good. So it's you know, as we're getting on week 7, things are getting fixed and getting going good. The players are starting to figure out the officials are starting to figure out the players. So I think everything's going well.
Well, did you have a good crowd come down and follow you down to Coffee County?
We had a pretty decent crowd. It was their homecoming, so they had a big crowd, and they delivered the game ball with a helicopter, so they had a good little ceremony and stuff going on. But I thought
Can't beat that.
No, I thought the Riverdale.
You know, the best part about this season, when you look at these seniors and you finally get to that final 10th game before you head into playoffs, you can say, guys, I promise you, playing for the Riverdale Warriors, you're going to have some stories to tell later on. Yeah. They've got some stories to tell. They got the Germantown story, they got the Henry County story. They've got several stories in their archives to take with them as memories with their fellow football teammates.
Yeah, they'll be talking about it, you know, when they get our age.
I mean, it sounds crazy.
That time we went down to Germantown or we went to Henry County, and how crazy Coach Kriesky was back on the practice field that next week. So, yeah, they got plenty of stories.
Well, everybody, Thursday night, Stork Vision will be right here at Tomahawk Stadium. We're going to broadcast that game between Cane Ridge and Riverdale. Y'all be here.